TIFU by making a paternity joke to my HR department about my unborn child. My fiancé and I are expecting our first child in November. I needed to drop a paternity form off at work to my HR department. I've never spoken to any of the women before. Me. Can I give this paternity form to anyone here? HR. Oh, congrats. I'll take that from you and scan ITME. Thanks. I hope it's money. Pure silence and stares me. Bye. So now my HR thinks. 1. I'm a weirdo. Kind of true. 2. My fiancé sleeps around 3. I may be lying about the paternity. Fiancé wasn't happy when I told her in the car. I have Asperger's and I'm not good with speaking to people, especially when they give some form of congratulations or compliments. TL. Doctor. Made a random joke to HR about potentially not being the father of my unborn child, and I think they hate me, along with my fiancé. Edit. My fiancé is in the comments. She's great, yummy face. Thank you for the comments. They're giving me a good laugh. Here's to hoping there's no jokes during the birth. My mom had me by emergency C-section and my dad went, huh. It's like gutting a deer. I wish there was video of this to see the facial reactions of the doctors and nurses. My husband once made a joke to a colleague after she commented on how similar our boys look. The absolute Muppet replied, "Yeah, you wouldn't think they've got different dads, would you?" Quote. For reference, I call them Russian dolls because each one is a slightly smaller version of my husband. They are basically his clones. Didn't stop the rumor mill questioning which one wasn't his though. When my mom was congratulated by strangers or whomever, she would always say, "Thanks. It's the mailman's." My dad was a mailman, but she just liked to make people uncomfortable. Our child is an IVF baby. My wife doesn't like it much when I joke. The only thing I know for certain is that I wasn't in the room when she got pregnant. Fiancé over here, please don't encourage his dangerous sense of humor. Tears of joy. Sounds like something I would say. I personally think it's funny. For a long time when people asked if we were having a boy or girl, we answered lizard. We were very deadpan about it, and it always made things super awkward. We thought it was hilarious, but no one seemed to find it humorous. You sound like my husband. After finding out, we went to a dueling piano bar with friends and you can have stuff written on the mirrors behind them. Well, this man had them right. WTS. Kid in progress. ETA August. Text best offer. His actual number. Quote. I'm 23 W pregnant. This was a conversation I had yesterday. Person. Congrats. Me. 4. Person. Glancing at, motioning towards my belly. Me. Oh. I just ate lunch. Beat of silence from person. Then luckily another person was there that definitely knows I'm pregnant, so they started laughing. And said, yeah, that's quite the pot roast you got in there. If you can't make jokes, life would suck more than it already does. Keep the jokes coming, even if others don't get them, and feel bad for them if they don't get them. Don't feel bad for yourself. IDK. If I were HR or your fiancé, I would have thought it was funny. My mom was in the hospital for most of her pregnancy with me. One time, when my dad came to visit, he was wheeling her around in a chair, and a nurse asked, "Oh, is this your husband?" "No. This is my boyfriend," Mom said. "My husband's at work." Dad was not happy with her. It happens to me too. I think you suffer from deadpan delivery syndrome, where you make a joke you know is a joke in a poker face or casual tone because you know it's even funnier when you deliver it like that. But people don't get it. It's because they have no context as to whether you're joking, so they don't know if it's appropriate to laugh. So you basically cause a humor impasse situation. The trick is to exaggerate the facts enough that people know it's a joke. Either with your voice tone, body expressions, or what you say. By the way, it's a guy's thing to joke about out kids not being ours. I always tell my wife, well, if they turn out not to be mine, I'll keep 'em. I've already gotten used to them and have invested a lot. So I work in HR. And my wife happened to be an employee at the location I was at. I called up my supervisor and asked him what to do because I got one of my employees pregnant. Dude almost had a heart attack. I also have a dumb sense of humor, and when our son was born, the nurse came in with the vaccine papers which you have to sign as a parent. I asked, is this the one with extra autism? Quote. Wife laughed. Nurse did not. I love my wife. I have Asperger's and I'm not good with speaking to people. Yup. Just keep eye contact. That helps a lot. Treat it like the weeping angels. Don't blink. Just keep staring into their eyes. 100% surefire way to win the conversation in my experience. HR hasn't any sense of humor. None whatsoever. You could make fun of them for it. But then everyone would have to have a 3-hour seminar on the inhumane treatment of the senseless and non-compliance of the humorless while filling out rights to Title IX complaint forms. You might have been very funny. HR laughter sounds like crickets. My husband has brown eyes and I have hazel. Our son has blue-gray eyes. My husband started a joke that the UPS man had blue eyes. You can tell who has a sense of humor when he tells it. He's always smiling when he does. Never a doubt about paternity. The kid looks and acts just like his dad, OTHWR than the eyes. My mom has the same color eyes as my son, and husband's dad has green eyes. Managed to get the recessive genes. That's a story for the Book of Legends. Actually laughed out loud at that one. When my wife was pregnant, I used to joke that I slept around a lot, so we're not sure if the baby's actually hers or not. After I gave birth to our first child and we were preparing to leave the hospital with him, my partner's mother overheard the nurse say baby's blood type. She then says, that can't be baby's blood type. That's not father's blood type. 1. She had her own child's blood type wrong. 2. Baby has my blood type. You know, the organism that housed and grew him for 8.5 months and then had him pass out of her vagina? Go figure. My wife reminded me that I once brought my infant son to the office and commented that I still had a couple weeks to drop him off at the fire station. My female coworkers looked at me like I was a monster. My wife thought it was all hilarious.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.